As promised, here with us in studio to unpack Discovery's first half numbers is the Chief Executive, Adrian Gore. Adrian, the figures are good, as we've come to expect from you, but this time round overshadowed by your announcement that you're looking to raise 5 billion rand.
Yeah, I think the growth of the group has been fantastic. Throughout, I think we've really done well on kind of disciplining the model and expanding it out there. The rights issue, to be clear, is about two specific opportunities. One in the UK that I think is going remarkably well, Vitality Life. I think in the UK, if you go through the history, there have been very few successful new life insurers. So what the team has done there is quite remarkable. The ability to grow, it requires funding, and that's just clear. There's no way around that. Our sense that the return on capital there will be quite substantial, and I think the strategy is right. The other piece that at this stage doesn't have detail is that there's a specific opportunity here in South Africa we'd like to pursue. That's why, just given the results, we've given a range of the rights issue, and we'll actually be giving detail of that in a few weeks' time. To my mind, both are very, very exciting, and I think reflect the success of the Discovery model. So for us, it's been a very, very good period.
Specific opportunity in South Africa. Up to now, you've had partnerships and you've bought out your partners, but you've never made an acquisition as such. Is it something that is looking at you in that way?
There's a number of areas that we're looking at that I think have growth potential. None of them are really capital heavy. There's one particular initiative that I think has real potential, and we believe we can build something quite special there. Give us 2 weeks or so, 2 or 3 weeks, and we'll articulate it.
Wonderful.
I think it's the right.
It's still investing in the model of incentivizing people to do
Building
good
a financial
for
services group that I think makes a real difference to its customers, and this kind of shared value model that I think we've pioneered. It's a very exciting phase.
Adrian, in your results today, you talk about Discovery Partner Markets. I haven't come across it before. What exactly is it?
What happened with us is that we've kind of, given the success of the model, there are many, many insurers and life insurers, particularly around the world, who are trying to understand how to bring engagement into the pricing of life insurance. This kind of dynamic underwriting. So we had this partnership with AIA in Asia on that basis. That really pioneered the idea of could you in markets where we are not present, and I don't believe we will be, certainly in my lifetime, could you franchise that ability? Is the ability to almost build that in partnership. Now, I think there are two things strategically there. One is, do you have the quality of partners to do that, on one hand? And the answer is yes. I mean, we've had the most wonderful companies that want to work with us. The other is, can you almost kind of put the IP in a box in a way, in the systems and technology and the ability to roll it out, which you're learning through AIA, of how to do that across markets in Asia. And I think over time the answer is yes. So we've created a separate division. Barry Schwartz, we've been doing that now full time with a very strong team. That effectively is, the idea is, in markets that we're not going to be in, like Europe, outside the UK, like North American life insurance, I just don't think that's possible. Markets in Asia. So the idea is to essentially inject the Discovery Life model, like we've done in the UK, into these big insurance businesses in return for the kind of economic value that it creates, part of that economic value. So could we share the upside of that with these partners? It's a very, I think on one hand it's very bold, I think intellectually, but in terms of risk it's fairly capital light. The capital is provided by the partners. There's a huge amount of work to be done in each of these markets, systems and new product development and chassis of vitality. But for us it offers, I think, very little risk and amazing ability to kind of globalize the model without the exposure into markets that I don't believe we'll be in. So
was that Generali, the Italian group?
So Generali in Europe, in Asia, and we've done a deal in the US with I think an excellent company. They'll be actually rolling out, has been worked on for now a long time.
Is it a new company?
It's a new company. They'll be rolling out products into market in like 2 months' time. It's been a huge amount of work.
And how does that compare or contrast with what you've been doing with Humana in
It's
in
very
the US?
different. What we've done with Humana, we've separated that out, and essentially there's been kind of they've continued along there, and they've actually taken a lot of what we've given them. It's, I think, working well for them. We've kind of solidified this partner market in the life insurance model. So our view is to be very disciplined, not expose capital. I think it's very interesting. I think the quality of the partners is remarkable.
Adrian, you're still a big shareholder in Discovery personally. 5 billion rand rights issue means you're going to have to kick in, what, 350 million?
Thereabouts.
Do you have to go and discuss this with your bankers?
I do. I mean, I've always followed our rights, and not out of any. I absolutely believe in what we're doing, fully. So to me, it's an opportunity, and I mean, our issue is to deliver on these substantial initiatives.
There's just a bit of a contrast. Today we were talking earlier of famous brands where their controlling shareholders have been dumping shares at a rate of knots. Have you sold Discovery shares?
I've sold over time in terms of structures as the business has grown and there's been capital raising over time and different issues. To those structures I've sold. As a rule, I don't sell.
Why?
Because I believe strongly in our business. I believe in what we're doing. I also know the power of compound interest when you get it right, as you heard in your previous interview, you know. And I just think that our business is remarkable. I'd love to buy app, frankly.
Adrian Gore is the Chief Executive of Discovery.